Comparison is the thief of joy. It's a phrase we've all heard before. Simple, almost too simple. Most of us don't measure our lives by who we were yesterday. We measure them by who stands beside us today. We look sideways but never forward, and in doing so we step out of our own story and into the shadow of someone else's. Think about how early this actually starts. For example, in school, a child is proud of their drawing until they see the kid next to them get more praise. Adulthood, someone feels content with their home until they scroll online and see someone else with a bigger one. A person enjoys their body until they compare it to someone else's highlight reel. It's actually not joy that we're missing. It was there, but the moment comparison entered, it vanished. Comparison works because it creates an illusion that life is a race, that there is only one finish line, and that if someone else is ahead, you must be behind. But life isn't linear like that. Someone may have more money than you, but less peace. Someone may have more followers, but fewer genuine connections in real life. Someone may actually run faster, but be running in circles. When you compare, you zoom in on a single dimension and ignore the better picture of a life. The problem with comparison is that it never ends. No matter where you stand, there will always be someone above you. That the richest person finds someone with more influence. The strongest athlete finds someone with more talent. Even the most beautiful person finds someone else who seems to be just as, or if not more beautiful. And so if you live by comparison, joy is always postponed. Happiness becomes conditional, waiting until you finally catch up. But the truth is, there is no finish line, and so the race never ends. What's tragic is that comparison doesn't just steal joy, it blinds you to your own progress. You could be 10 steps ahead of where you once were, but the moment you see someone 20 steps ahead, you forget how far you've come. And so comparison makes achievement feel like failure. It makes gratitude feel like lack. It makes presence feel like absence. That is the cost of comparison, not just the absence of joy, but the inability to even recognize it when it's there. So you must be asking, what is the alternative? It's to measure yourself against yourself. To notice if you're wiser than you were last year, kinder than you were last month, and more patient than you were yesterday. Because that is the only fair comparison. You cannot live another person's story, but you can deepen your own. And when you measure your growth against your past self, you discover progress you never saw before. Take this for example, think of nature. A flower does not compare its bloom to the one beside it. It simply opens when it's ready. The ocean does not envy the sky, it is vast in its own way. Yet humans, with all our intelligence, shrink ourselves by constantly measuring against others. But here's the truth. Your path is yours alone. To compare is to forget that your life was never meant to be replicated, it was meant to be lived. The paradox is this. Comparison makes you chase what was never meant to be yours while ignoring what already is. It distracts you from your own gifts, your own victories, your own potential. And joy? True joy isn't found in beating someone else. It's found in realizing you don't need to. So, next time you catch yourself comparing, just pause for a second. Ask yourself, would I trade everything, my life, my story, my struggles, my small wins, my big wins, for theirs? Most of the time, the answer is no. And in that moment, you remember that your joy isn't missing. It's just waiting for you to actually notice it. Comparison is loud, but joy is quiet. And you can only hear it when you finally stop listening to everyone else. Thank you guys for listening.